Good evening, everyone. Sorry, technical difficulty there. We're not sure what happened. Previous overlays, all sorts of problems, but we are here. It is hotter than the eternal fires of Avernus. I think I can't remember the hottest realm. It begins with a PH and is very difficult to pronounce in terms of the Nine Hells. But look, we are here. We are back. We are playing some D&D. Would you believe this is a very special D&D one shot that we are throwing in between campaign 1, a little mini series that we're doing, and then campaign 3. But as I said, it's warm in the UK. We're all a little bit flustered. We're all a little bit damp. Moist, as Danny would say. But we're going to crack on. I am not going to do too much of an intro tonight because I would like to do the scene setting with our players sort of on screen and around me. So what I will say is my usual content warnings absolutely apply. There will be adult language. There will be adult humour. Expect lots of chaos, a little bit of dread, and a lot of shadow. Let's roll.
Backstory for that as well, don't I?
Hello. Yes, yeah, as you might have, we were all doing lots of conversations behind the scenes. Everybody's fucking dying in their offices and resident rooms right now. It is horrible in the UK. I know we always complain about the weather, but when it's hot in the UK, it's fucking awful.
Yeah. I love the fact that we get foreigners coming over going, I can't believe that you're calling 32 hot, that's ridiculous, and then they come here and go, fuck me, the heat hits different, like we were saying.
I was at uni in the first year with a guy from Texas who was doing his exchange year, and we obviously met him in September, October, and he's like, oh, everybody here complains about how hot the summers are, what a load of bollocks. We got to about mid-June, and he was borderline in tears. I knocked on his door, and he answered the door, pouring sweat in his pants with a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand, going, yeah, fuck this.
I mean, the Jack Daniels isn't helping. Not helping. Amazing stuff. Right then, my friends, are we ready to get back into a little bit of D&D tonight?
Is the Mournweald colder? Because I want to go there now.
Generally, yes, because there's not a lot of sunlight. But yes, let's run down our lineup very, very quickly, and then I'll set the scene as to where we are, and we will begin from there. So I am Matt. I am once again your Dungeon Master for this evening, and who knows what NPCs I will be playing.
Are we introducing our characters as well, then?
Yeah. You can say the name. They're on screen.
They are on screen. Hello, I am Dave, and I am playing Garrick Vane. Known by anyone who has met him as Gruff, and he is a fighter. He looks. I didn't quite realise this. He basically looks like the Hound from Game of Thrones. I meant to be that he's a late 40s guy fighter in scruff chainmail. He's got the garb of some long away sort of the city sort of crest on his armour. He has a long sword and a great is it great hand crossbow?
No, it was a great sword and a
what's it called?
Heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbow. Thank you. Heavy crossbow.
Yeah, great sword and a heavy crossbow.
He has a massive scar down his face, which has therefore slightly deformed his face. He's got like that milky white eye because it went across his eye, and yeah, where the scar is, the sort of facial hair doesn't grow there, so it's got bald patches throughout. As the name would suggest, he is rather gruff. He doesn't really talk that much. You don't get particularly long, heartfelt sentences out of this dude, but he is there to do a job, and he does it to the best of his abilities, no matter his age.
Excellent stuff. Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. I am playing Barnaby Eierschlag. I've probably mispronounced that. Sorry to everybody in Germany. I am a wizard who, frankly, has had the fuck enough of being where he is. I'm about 2'8", 2'9", tattered robes, grubby, scarred, and wielding a snapped-off table leg as a staff since he's lost his hat, his staff, and everything else that was of use when he arrived.
Excellent stuff. So yes, a nice, friendly, happy bunch of characters we've got tonight, which is perfect for our setting. So yes, tonight we play Lost in the Mournweald, a D&D one-shot set sort of not long after the end of Campaign 2, or sorry, the final fight of Campaign 2, I should say. Sort of in between that period where people were recovering and the true effects of the final battle are being felt. So this is essentially 3 weeks after the fall of the Eclipse Tower. Now, for the two of you, you have been called into the war room of the bastion of the Planar Detective Agency. Now, the Detective Agency themselves, nowhere to be seen. Off doing various things. It's said that Jewel has gone to speak to some secret organisation. Lex is off somewhere in a different plane. But it has come to light during, not a census, but a recounting of the current forces in Union City, that a company of 40 Ardalian soldiers is unaccounted for. This company held part of the outer Mournweald during the final assault, but were never formally stood down. Through great lengths, as planar travel is now much more difficult than it was. Indeed, magic itself is much more difficult than it was previously. Still accessible, but mages are having to retrain. Wizards are having to exert more force than previously. So yes, a courier was sent, but said courier did not return. The two of you now exist as part of a recovery team. A decorated soldier in Garrick, Gruff, Vane, and a mage of the Crystalline Isle in Barnaby Eierschlag. Along with your comrades, you are tasked even with finding this company and bringing them home. So, you are in the war room. You are welcome to converse. What do you want to say?
Can I also ask if Garrick would have likely have been one of the individuals who would have gone with everyone else in the initial push to the Mournweald?
Yes, you were, and it's one of the reasons you've both been tasked with going back in, and the members of your party have been tasked with going back in, is that you've all already been to the Mournweald. You know the horrors that are there. You know some of the terrain, at least, and you are able to try and figure out how to get to where this company is.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 6 soldiers around it. I say soldiers, this is a mix again. Probably 2 additional mages, 2 additional druids, 2 additional soldiers amongst your company. So it's enough to feel like a proper unit.
And the information that we have now looking at this this map of Mournweald, most likely, and information around it, what do we have in front of us?
So, as you sort of stand there, one I've totally forgotten his name. Fuck it. Anyway, the Baron, not the Baron, the head sort of elf of Dryamere. Really can't remember their name anymore. It's just totally gone out of my head. But anyway,
C2 is just gone.
High Master Elman. yeah, C2 just gone. No, High Master Elman. I knew I'd get there in the end. Is stood, sort of saying, "Welcome. Yes. So, I believe you all understand why you have been brought here and the task at hand. That I shout at once.
You lost some soldiers.
Thank you, Sergeant Vane. Yes, that is indeed. We have lost a company of around 40. Obviously, in the quick egress from the Mournweald, we left a few behind. and were unaware up until this moment. And you can see High Master Elman is looking towards a clerk of sorts with a frown, and the clerk is just sort of shrinking away with quill and pen in hand, or quill and parchment in hand, just like, sorry, sir. So, yes, we understand that they were last seen in the area of the Gloomwood, which is where we are going to try and get you to. Looks over at a group of mages who are all deep in conversation, scratching their chins, or collective chins, opening spell books, and there's a lot of crystals being handled and various arcane equipment. Yes, we're going to try and get you into the Gloomwood. That's the plan.
Oh,
We need to locate... sorry. You are who? Sorry?
Barnaby was in the fucking Gloomwood the first time.
Yes, well... easily missed, I guess. No offence.
Well, it sounds like you fucking missed 40 others as well.
Yes, we have. Thank you, Barnaby. Yes, so, look. Sergeant Vane, I'm going to trust you to at least semi-lead this squad.
Yeah, I'll try not to lose him.
Well, Sergeant Mira here will also accompany you, and you stand next to someone you know quite well. Doesn't have a last name, always just referred to as Mira. Rank of sergeant, the same as you. A female female human, again, very much like yourself, but she appears far too young to be a sergeant.
As I know this individual, I will just give that polite nod.
She sort of nods back at you. Very well. Well, if the mages are ready, whenever you are ready. Yes, sorry. We will be... fuck it, let's try it now.
One last question. Who will be the first in command as we get over there?
Well...
Out of the 40 you've left.
Oh, well. From what we understand, there was Sergeant Olatane is unaccounted for, a number of soldiers, but if you can connect up with Ola, then I'm trusting the three of you to figure out how to get a squad or a company of 46 to where they need to be. The mages of your troop have been entrusted with a ritual of sorts which should allow you to traverse back, but I cannot stress the danger of this mission. I do not ask it of you lightly. If anybody wish not to go, knowing they may not be able to return, please step away now.
If anyone is considering or even thinking about it, I suggest you do step away, because I do not want anyone there who does not have the full conviction of your heart.
Well, I've just spent the last 10 days in Kedmere, and that's a fucking shambles, so I'm up.
Yes, we are very rapidly withdrawing from Kedmere.
Right, well, then
Don't leave
you're
anyone
coming
there.
with.
Thank you, Barnaby. Sergeant Vane, Sergeant Mira, the teleportation circle is yours. You watch as these mages of the crystalline circle, who sort of look at Barnaby, is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And they place a number of arcane crystals around the teleportation circle, light a number of these candles, chalk runes are inscribed everywhere. This is not the same spell that was cast before, and previously where it took one mage, now it takes 8. There's 8 mages lying at equal distances or circle themselves around this teleportation circle and hold their hands over these gigantic crystals, which as you look at them, you realise are Mana Stone, the pure version of Wrathstrike. And they begin to channel energies through these crystals. And slowly but surely, with great pain on each and every single one of those 8 faces, there is a slow build-up of light beneath you. And the world of Ardalia is gone. you find yourself stepping out into a tree line that swallows daylight the moment you cross it. Now, you've been briefed on the Mournweald. You've been here before. You've read the reports from the scouts. You've heard the reports of the final campaign, the so-called antics and heroic deeds of the Ardalian Detective Agency, as people are beginning to call it. But for those of you who have not been here, and those in the squad, nothing in those documents quite described what you now see. It's not dark, exactly. The light arrives, but kind of achieves nothing. 30 feet in, as you look into this wooded area, into this tree line, the trees are exactly the same as they were at the edge. 60 feet, the same. Behind you, you can see a field that looks like where you've entered into the Mournweald. It is still visible, but it now feels very far away. At this point, Sergeant Mira sort of takes out a compass and checks it and taps it a couple of times, but the needle just spins slowly. She taps it twice and then... Nice.
Could I try and gauge where we have been placed, having had a previous map drawn from the excursions and so on? So I want to use that one. That is going to be presumably a survival check?
It is absolutely a survival check.
Survival check, okay.
Can I please help him? Due to my cleverly pre-stated fact that I was in the area of the place that I've forgotten the name of already.
Happy days. Thank you for that advantage. That has made it a 22 instead of a 7, so thank you.
There we go. Teamwork. That's what Barnaby's all about.
You very quickly realise that you are in part of the Gloomwood, but the part of the Gloomwood that is closer to the Vale of Shadows, as it was called. You are sort of to the southwest. Me and compass directions, we know I always fuck them up. To the southwest of the Eclipse Tower, and in fact, beyond, sort of through the trees, you can see that fractured tower just sort of glowing in the weird light. The two stars that appeared, very, very visible. So yes, you are essentially just slightly north of that cursed village, and heading into the Gloomwood proper.
Okay.
Garrick.
Well, it's a little bit awful, but at least it's
Garrick.
not at least it's not exactly the same. Well, we are the same side, so fair play.
Was you in the Gloomwood before?
No, I was in. I went from the Darkmere past Shadowcourt. I haven't been over this side.
It's a shithole.
Old place is a shell. That's why we're trying to get people out. Listen, right, everyone, listen in. Magic's apparently difficult, so we need to make sure that we're extra careful. Are we all good? Let's not make this count of 40 any bigger. That's the spirit of
Barnaby, roll me a
Barnaby.
D8, please.
Me? Yeah, you know. 5.
As the group now begins to move further forward, sort of further north, knowing that the Gloomwood was where this company was last seen, all of you happen across a soldier's boot. Pristine. Sitting upright in the centre of this rudimentary path that looks like it's been carved through the Gloomwood. Nothing nearby. No tracks.
How far can we see?
Well, given the fact that neither of you have got dark vision, you can probably see about 10, 15, maybe 20 feet in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We've done this really well, Dave.
We have, absolutely phenomenally. I
love this. This is awesome.
I do have torches and I do have a hooded lantern, but it's going to be absolutely fucking pointless to use right now, so I think we're...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to cast light.
Amazing stuff. As you cast lights, that would give you 60 feet of light?
No. So this is the cantrip. So it's 20 foot of bright light,
okay.
20 foot of dim light. So
So you extend out slightly further. Now, previously, when you had tried to use light-based magic here, it has always been muted and dimmed. It seems that in the fall of the Dark Lord of this domain of dread, that effect is no longer impactful. So your light, despite being difficult to sort of channel through and you having to exert a little bit more effort, does shine out and you get that full 20 and 20 feet.
cool.
I've got my crossbow out.
Crossbow?
Crossbow bolt. Now I've got my crossbow out. It is charged and it is just to my side, pointing at to my side. In both hands, pointing at the floor, just walking along. It's not pointing anywhere. We're not in immediate danger at the moment.
So, based on I had said Barnaby had been in the Gloom Wood briefly during the initial events. Seeing this boot here, and I guess this is one of those it's a vibe check. So tell me what you'd like to roll, what you'd like me to roll. But just does he get any sort of intuition as to whether this is something that's the sort of thing he would be wary of, or is this kind of unusual and therefore maybe seems new or different?
The fact that it is quite clearly a boot of an Ardalian soldier gives you a slight sense of trepidation. But you know that people fought and people died here.
Okay. Well,
ask for a check.
Probably better safe than sorry. And I'm going to cast Mage Hand to just try and pick it up. See if anything happens.
Perfect. As you pick up this boot, and you sort of pull it, and there's this as you pull it out of the mud that it's in. All of you suddenly feel these presences around you. Ardalian soldiers, but not as they were. Now Wraith and Shadow, still in a loose formation as though the memory of unit cohesion even persists in Undeath. They do not attack screaming, but they suddenly just sort of flicker into existence. For Dave, like the ghosts in Supernatural, they just suddenly appear from multiple directions, but with horrible precision. An ambush. One of your squad mates suddenly gets consumed by two shadows
Cover!
and dies screaming. As you all now move into cover, I am going to say roll initiative, please.
Yes. I get advantage on initiative. Whoa.
I do not, but that's an 18.
An 18.
22.
Da-da-da. Gruff. 22. I'll roll for myself. And then for that one as well. Yeah, amazing. Okay, so suddenly these wraiths all surround you and one of your members is picked off. You are now down to essentially 5 additional soldiers plus yourselves. The first up then is Sergeant Vane. What do you do in this moment?
I will fire straight at one of these wraiths with my heavy crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Roll to hit, please.
that one. Oh dear, can I do anything about that? Yes, during combat, you give yourself heroic inspiration whenever you start your turn without it. So I will give myself that and use it.
Very good.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, fine. Jesus Christ. Does
Not level 16 anymore, Dave.
13 hit?
13 just hits this wraith as it sort of steps towards you. Roll damage, please.
Roll that damage. That is 6 points of piercing damage, and if you hit a creature with a heavy crossbow, you can push the creature up to 10 feet straight back from you if it's large or smaller. So I'm using the push feature on it, and it will just this thing goes off, and it's like a fucking cannon as it just takes him back.
Very good.
Is it
now,
an
that
action?
piercing damage doesn't do as much as you would like it to, but the crossbow bolt still strikes. And
yes.
And it just sort of gets shunted backwards. Go for it.
I'm assuming it's an action to reload that. I don't know.
It should tell you somewhere, but I can.
Properties is loading. I don't know what that means. Anyway, what I'll do for ease of this time, it's easier for me to just like drop that. It's got like a leather leash, so it drops and just swings by my waist, and I'll grab my great sword out, and I'll take a second swing at another one that's coming towards. So then that is going to be good to me. Natural 20.
Nice.
So natural 20 would make it a 28 to hit. 2d6 doubled. So that was 6, 12, 16 points of slashing damage.
16 points of slashing damage, which also doesn't quite do the amount of damage you want. But yes, you manage to then swing and sort of do that damage. I am just looking at your heavy crossbow. I don't think you have to reload crossbows. I think that's only firearms.
It just says properties loading, so I don't get what that means. I'll have to look at that in a minute. What I will lastly do is, if that creature now has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of my next turn. So
excellent.
I will try and
there we go.
that.
Weapon property loading, because this is part of the new rules that we've not had before. So you can only fire one piece of ammunition from a loading weapon when you use an action, a bonus action, or a reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. But yes, because then you use your other action to load it, but that's fine.
Right. Unless you've got crossbow expert, which I think removes the loading requirement.
I think I did give myself that. I'll have to double check.
Features and traits.
I don't know. Do you know what? I'm just going to move on with that. Weapon mastery, heavy crossbow. So, but that gave me push, not whatever you just said, crossbow expert.
Yeah, you've got archery.
I've got the archery
plus
one.
2 bonus.
Yeah, fine. I presume I need to reload that at another time.
Savage attacker. You do have as well. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a weapon, you can roll the weapon's damage dice twice and use either roll against the target.
Nice. I'll remember that in the future.
Okay. Yes, I'm assuming then, as part of the heavy crossbow, that you have to use one of your actions, reactions, etc. to then load.
Presumably, therefore, for now, I only have my longsword.
Yeah, that's fine. So you get your greatsword. Very good. As we dealt with that little bit of rules, then we roll straight over into Barnaby. Then you are surrounded, as it stands, your group.
Are any of them at all clustered, or are they fairly spread out? And how
they are
far
all
away are they
tactically placed around you. There are a couple. There's one which is face to face. In fact, two that are now. One is face to face with Sergeant Vane. Another one's just been knocked back by Garrick. There's one that looks like it's creeping up on Sergeant Mira, and then there is another one to your right that is just down over your fallen comrade. You can see them draining the very life from this individual. But you get the impression, as I said, there's at least sort of 8 or so of these individuals.
Okay. I would like to cast at second level Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Which is 3 attack rolls, which can be at one or multiple targets. So I think I also think it's only fair that I select the targets all at once. So I'll one at the one attacking Sergeant Vane
Mira.
and Garrick.
Dave. That's fine.
And 2 at the one that he's just knocked back on the basis that might be able to finish that off.
Excellent. Now again, this is a struggle to cast initially, but you get there.
Okay, so the one against Garrick is a 6.
Garrick.
No, it's not a 6. It's a 20. Sorry,
20 will hit.
The first one against the other one is a 22, and the other one's a 12.
12 does not hit, but the others do.
Okay, cool. So the one attacking Garrick takes 8 fire damage.
8, it's going to take 4 because they are resistant to fire.
And the other one's going to take 6.
There, takes 3. Okay, as you cast, and again it's a struggle, but one Scorching Ray just streaks past all of these wraiths and out into the Gloomwood and just disappears into the darkness. You do then manage to strike the one that Garrick is facing off against, and the other one that's just been sort of knocked back and is reeling as the fire sort of splashes over them. That breathy sort of moan almost just comes out of their mouths as they all begin to surge forward. The squad around you. Sorry, anything else on your turn, Barnaby?
Let me just learn my character. No.
Mages, fire! Fire over there!
The squad is in total disarray. The mages suddenly just begin to try and channel spells that are too powerful for them in their moment, used to being able to cast quite powerful magic. Dave, I would like you to roll a d20 for me, and Steve, I would also like you to roll a d20 for me. This is to see if these two mages can cast any spell whatsoever.
18.
18.
Whoa. They both try and cast 7th level spells, which requires currently an Arcana check of a DC 20. You watch as they go to cast, an exhaustion just takes over them. They fall to their knees, and suddenly 2 wraiths swarm them, drain the life out of these 2 mages as you watch their limbs just go emaciated, their skin becomes sallow, and they fall to the side as these wraiths just consume them. The druids turn in this moment. One just wild shapes into a badger and fucking runs. Another one wild shapes into an eagle, but at least soars towards where Mira is and goes to attack the wraith that is targeting her. Mira herself slices across, dealing little to no damage. Vane!
Fall
She
back!
shouts.
Fall back!
The wraiths consume Mira, consume the eagle, and suddenly you are left all by yourselves.
Can I see any exit, any way to get out of here? Is there a retreat?
Run for the tree line.
I look around and Barnaby's the only one left. Barnaby, trees, only way we can survive. Go!
Yeah. So Barnaby is going to click his heels together like the Wizard of Oz trope and actually fucking fly towards the trees.
Nice.
Garrick, I think, tries to grab one of the remaining individuals as they sort of drop to the floor, thinking that he's going to be able to grab them and drag them away. As he drags them away, he realises they're a bit lighter than he expected, and as he looks back, they're a husk, and he didn't realise.
As you pull this husk away from you, something begins to rise from that space where the husk was. Another
Stop
wraith
fucking about!
appearing.
I just sort of throw it to one side, just and then just run off to the trees.
Amazing stuff. The two of you barrel through this dark woodland, just keeping each other in sight. Barnaby's light, the only thing sort of allowing any passage through these trees. You batter branches back. Garrick, with your greatsword, you slice through the scrub, and eventually you come out onto a road and just fall.
I just
We're
hit the
out
floor.
of combat.
Garrick, Barnaby, put your light out. Put it out now.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're fucked.
Keep quiet. Make sure they can't hear us. Let's see. Are they following us?
I would like to use message
Yep.
towards Garrick to say, we're still fucked. We're quiet.
Well, thank you for your assessment.
Now look,
This was meant to be a rescue fucking mission. Fuck's
well,
sake.
it probably fucking will be at this rate, but for us. Look, I've been here before. As I said, it's shit. But I lived long enough to end up back here, so it could happen again.
Do you remember this road?
Look up and down it, like, really kind of,
Let me a history check.
really thoughtfully. Ooh, first something I've had a character with a good history modifier. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You do remember this road. It runs
fuck me, I
almost
do.
parallel to the edge of the Gloomwood, hence heads north, but also then curves round the very boundary of the Domain of Dread, heading towards the eastern side.
Garrick,
Yeah.
do you know where the fuck we're supposed to find these people?
Well, I'm going to hope that at least one of them has common sense. Well,
Yes.
I'm going to hope that someone has at least a modicum of common sense. This road is, whilst, I don't know, I wouldn't have thought that wraiths used roads, but I would have thought, therefore, there was no harm in them being close to the road if you're trying to wait. So, let's walk up the road, and let's see if we got any signs off in the distance, off to the sides, of any camps or anything at all. This is the best place to find them, otherwise we're just wandering in the fucking woods. So, I would say we go along and we listen out. I'm worried about the light. Do you think that attracts them?
Well, usually it'd actually make them fuck off a bit, but things aren't working as they usually would, so maybe not for now.
Fine. Then let's just use our ears. Try and listen out for anyone. Any large groups of people hunkering down are still going to make noise. So, get your listening ears on, and let's go this way. We're going to keep to the side of the road, but let's be careful. Follow me.
All right.
I'll reload my
Stay
crossbow.
close.
You reload your crossbow. The first thing you do, reload it. But roll me a d8, please.
D8 is there. Juan.
You look now at this sort of road and you see a clearing to the other side of it. The grass in this clearing is totally the wrong shade. Not dead, but slightly and inexplicably off. Almost looks like a painting of grass rather than grass itself. You continue on in your journey. Go on.
Whilst walking and then thinking back on the fight the ambush that's just happened, is it safe to assume that some of the 40 we're looking for were actually now turned into wraiths? Or would that have been a different group? And there's 40 still out there.
Your squad is gone. The forest around you is utterly still again, as though nothing happened. You are now alone in the Mournweald, but your mission remains unchanged. Your squad is gone, but ahead, somewhere deeper in this domain of dread, 40 soldiers at most are waiting for someone to come.
Yeah.
So whether they are there, whether some of them have been turned, maybe. But you have a job to do.
Yep.
And you are a soldier of Union City.
Garrick.
Yeah, Barney.
Barnaby. You get like a slightly not gentle tap to the side of your knee with a fairly hefty staff, which on closer examination by everyone is like the ripped off leg of a table, which at some point when he was last in the Mournweald he'd have resorted to using and he's stuck with ever since. If we got to move, cover here is not always good. When we was here before, that forest's shit. There's stuff in it, and it'll stalk you and grab you out of the ground or through the mist. Think you can hide behind a tree and then the fucking tree grabs you.
If this is meant to be a pep talk, it's really shit.
Supposed to be a fucking warning. If we've got to go in there, don't trust anything.
How can I know that you're Barnaby?
You get another whack to the knee.
Fuck's sake. Fine. Yeah, do you know what? You're right. No fucking idea how I'm gonna not stay behind a tree, though. Fucking trees here.
Just don't assume anything. I think there's a fucking village or something around here, but I don't know it's north, south, whatever. It might be they've made way for that. Word was there's some places around here that aren't safe, but they're not as bad as all the fucking rest of it. What was it like up on the mere or whatever you said?
Big fucking lake monster. And just random horrible stuff coming at us when we're on land. It kind of, well, like we just got ambushed, they kind of lulled us into nothing's going on. And then it was horrible. Look, I don't know if we're going in the right direction towards that village, but a road's got to lead somewhere, so why this is the best option.
Yeah, all right, well, look sharp and stay close. In a pinch I can get us out, but I'm not sure I'd want to count on it at the moment. Nothing's working right. And he kind of like battens his hands together and there's like a little kind of like arcane sparks and he's like,
You need to get that checked out.
Well, it should look much better than that. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I prefer. And he like clanks against his longsword.
Yeah, well, I think we can look back there. The fighters and the wizards and the fucking hippies all got it, so I don't think it makes much difference to the lot here.
No. Just got to have your wits about you.
Did any of your lot get out with you?
There was a hell of a lot of us. So yeah. We kind of used numbers to our advantage. Something we can't really do now that it's difficult to teleport. Only send so many. Gonna take a couple of goes to just get 40 out.
Yeah.
Be that may, weren't some of them meant to help us get out?
Well, yeah, hence my view that we're fucked. But, you know.
Yeah, I hadn't quite realised the gravity of the situation. Oh well. That's
well, go back to not realising it and it'll be a lot less miserable before you're eaten.
That's future Barnaby's problem, that is. Getting us out of here. Wouldn't fucking hate to be him.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking around, there's a fairly good chance I won't be.
That's the spirit. Now shut the fuck up.
You turn away and there's just another.
He just points at his ears like, listen.
Human and a halfling then begin to head along this road. For how long? You can't fathom. 1 foot in front of the other. Just keeping going forward. Steve, I would like you to roll me another d8, please.
That's another 1.
Another 1. There's a voice. For a brief moment. Almost sounds like an old officer you used to be attached to. Or at least you were part of the squad last time you were here, giving a specific order. Faint, directionless, sourceless. Almost like a modern day recording of a voice being played back.
Garrick puts his hand up to make both of us stop.
Do I have any recollection of where I was, and therefore what might be nearby or in which direction, and what was happening when I heard that the first time? Or heard
The last time
voice?
you heard that officer was in the final push out of the Mournweald. You had all seen the Eclipse Tower itself had fractured. You had heard the horns for retreat. Now, you know for a fact that that particular officer is alive and well in Union City.
I'm using message again. I'd ignore that because that bloke's got a fucking loud voice, but we definitely can't hear him across plains, and I know he's back there home camp. Any bloody sense we would be.
Via the reply, he says, "Oh, fucking tricks again. Fine, just keep going." And he does the hand gesture to keep walking.
That hand gesture. 1 foot in front of the other. Slowly but surely, carefully, to the point where it becomes tiring being that alert at all times. But Garrick, you were trained for this sort of movement as a soldier. Barnaby, you probably find your mind every now and again just drifting away from the task at hand. And as a result of that, Steve, I'm going to ask you to roll me another d8.
I'm getting better. It's a 2.
You wander past a low, gnarled tree on the other side of the road, away from the gloomwood that you sort of run parallel to right now. You look up. In fact, both of you look up at this tree. For whatever reason, you can see these claw marks about 12 feet or about 12 feet high on the tree. They stop mid-swipe, if you like, almost precisely. Almost as though whatever made these claw marks suddenly wasn't there halfway through this swipe.
Now, back where I come from, we'd probably say bears, but bears finished the job.
Yeah.
Suppose, unless you were a bear whose claws suddenly turned back into fingers.
Have you ever seen a werewolf?
No, but I've seen fucking druids.
Well, they're not the same thing.
Well, he gives you this really kind of like shifty look. I don't trust him.
Oh, well.
Weird fancy country magic without any of the learning. Something dodgy going on. Anyway, if it was, something stopped whatever that was before it could finish. Probably isn't good news for us.
Are there any...
Unless...
Do those claw marks then lead, like, repeatedly lead into the forest?
Just one set of claw marks that just on this tree stop halfway.
Fine. Can I go and have a bit of a look, please?
Are you flying up to that height?
Oh, well, I don't know how long we've been travelling because I fly for about an hour per bout and I don't want to use all of my charges.
So, yeah, you've definitely been travelling longer than an hour, so you probably then resorted to travelling on foot.
Yeah, no, so I'm definitely not... have I got anything else that would be useful in this regard? No, I have not. But I have got a fairly good investigation skill, so...
would you like to try and climb the tree?
Yeah, sure, what could go wrong?
Okay, make me an athletics check to try and climb this tree. This is peak D&D, folks.
23.
Nice.
With the true nimbleness of the halfling that you are, you manage to sort of climb this tree and scale the tree and get up to that 12 feet marker and sort of sit on one of the branches and look to where these claw marks are. You are welcome to make me an investigation check now.
Yes, please. Well, ironically, that's a 22, despite the modifier being 3 times as high.
Very good. Again, you see these claw marks that stop. You don't, as you investigate this, you don't see any withdrawal marks or any indicator that the claws were removed. They just stop.
Can I tell anything else about the tree? Or anything else of note?
The tree itself, with your investigation check, is long dead. Petrified, almost. So this will never bloom again. It will never have leaves, unlike a lot of the trees in the Gloomwood, which are dark pines and what's the name? Yew trees as well. This one very, very dead, and stands alone, sort of on the side, this side of the road. You then peer ever closer, and you look at these claw marks, and you can see, as I hit the mic, where they stop. You then see another half of what was clearly a signpost of sorts, and it just says Mere. M-E-R-E.
So I'm going to message back down to Garrick, going, it was Mere, you said, wasn't it? Summit Mere?
Darkmere, yeah.
Oh. Well, I think it's probably that way.
Well, that means we're the opposite way to the village.
Bollocks. Maybe there's another one. I don't know. You're the soldier. I'm just here as the brains. What does your gut tell you?
With my previous go between the Darkmere and the heading up to the Shadow Court, were the villagers as hostile as the Gloomwood?
you had very limited interaction with the inhabitants of the domain of dread. From what you saw, they were very pallid individuals, very subdued, depressive almost, just sort of going about in their motions. They almost didn't care that you were there.
I'll turn back to Barnaby. Whilst the villagers were not exactly hostile, I think you'd probably find that they would have made our soldiers quite weary. It may weirdly be the safest place to be, but how can you trust people that you don't really, well, trust? So I think they might still be in the Gloomwood.
Well, from a soldiering perspective, you're stuck here with, I don't know, maybe up to 39 of your mates. You're hoping someone's going to come and rescue you. Are you going to hole up somewhere?
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to want to be defensible.
Yeah.
And you're going to want things to eat and something to drink.
If you want to give it, if you want to give it a go, let's go there. But I would say that they wouldn't trust anyone else there. Well, look, if we've got to go the whole other way, we'll have to go the whole other way. We were, however, ambushed just outside the Gloomwood near the village. So do you really want to head back that way?
I mean, it doesn't set my heart aglow with joy. I'm just trying to work out where you'd hole up. You want to stay away from that, fair enough, that makes sense. Would you find an old ruin, or would you build a fort? Don't know if you'd be able to build much out of the trees.
A ruin? Yeah, absolutely. Fortifiable. You'd be able to hide yourself in there, and there's no one to rat you out. That would be exactly what we're looking for.
Matt, do I remember having seen any form or sign of structure or ruin or anything whilst in the Gloomwood before?
In the Gloomwood, not any fortified structure. There were a number of ruins, but you know that most of the buildings, the structures, were around the Eclipse Tower itself, the small villages, the Shadow Courts.
Were there any
areas.
near the Dark Mere that Garrick would remember?
The most you saw of the Dark Mere in the immediacy around this lake was a few fishing huts.
Not big enough to hold 40 soldiers?
Not all at once.
I gotta confess, I wasn't really listening when we were back at that flipping Ardalian protection bracket, or whatever they call themselves. They said we got to find these soldiers in the Gloomwood, or did they just plonk us down here because they ain't got any other fucking better ideas?
Matt, from memory, I believe that they said they were last seen in the Gloomwood.
Last seen in the Gloomwood.
Oh, brilliant.
The furthest fringes.
You could spend fucking months wandering around in there.
The furthest fringes, are we talking like towards the mists?
Yeah.
Well,
right then, Barnaby. I think it's time for us to head off this road. We're going to have to...
They're still going to need water, though.
Yeah.
Rather than just blindly wandering into the woods and hoping it happens to be the exact spot where they are, let's see if we can find a stream or something that's running into it or out of it or whatever. Follow that.
Fine. If you want to try that, let's do it. Apparently we're potentially near the edge here anyway. So
Just to warn you, I'm probably going to want to be using light in there, or you're going to be tripping over your feet every fucking 3 feet.
How about this hooded lantern?
Oh. Why didn't you say you had that before?
I didn't want to fucking use it.
What? No wonder they put fucking metal over your head. Right.
We will... So, was that arrow pointed... not arrow. The signpost. Was it pointing down the road we're going?
Been destroyed to the point where only a word is left. You have no idea what direction that was meant to point.
Barnaby,
Well,
do we keep walking down this road hoping we find a stream or river?
have we seen one yet?
Make me a survival check.
Oh, why didn't you ask? Ooh, dice is good. I don't know what the modifier's like. Shit.
Fuck me, Steve.
16.
All we had to do was get you out of C2. That was incredible.
Yeah, indeed. So what was that? 16?
16, yeah.
16. You remember maybe 20 minutes back you saw a stream. There was a small sort of bridge that actually forded the stream, if you like.
I remember maybe 20 minutes ago there was a small stream. There was that bridge that forded it.
It's not a lot, but it'll be enough to maybe keep him hydrated. So we follow that one, and then we're going away from Mournweald and out towards the mists. Let's go that way.
Barnaby, like, am I right in thinking that kind of right out on the edge of the world, the mists are this sort of like wall?
Yeah.
I know you can't see well here, but they're like a horizon, yeah. Kind of like squints off to the horizon and it looks over his shoulder towards... Barry, he's still up a tree, actually. Looks over his shoulder toward in the direction of the fractured Eclipse Tower. Sorry everyone heard that, I just punched my mind.
It's usually me.
Looks at it and goes, well, it's a bit of a shit sandwich, really, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we've got a bad chance of getting out of here with 40 other people. We did come here to do a job. And
Absolutely.
I would not want to be left in there on my own.
That stream's the best idea.
People.
Let's go.
Yeah, all right.
Very good. You head back. About 20 minutes in, you find that small little bridge. You see the stream now by the light of the hooded lantern that leads into the Gloomwood. You begin to follow it into that darkness, the only light ahead of you from this hooded lantern, the darkness around you becoming oppressive. The smell of wood smoke reaches you before anything else. Real smoke from real wood. Something mundane enough that it almost stops you cold. And then you sort of dim the lantern, you peer ahead, firelight between the trees. An outline of a palisade wall, roughly built but functional. Someone is here. Someone's been here long enough to build walls. As you peer ever closer, the next thing you hear is, "Name and unit!"
Sergeant Vane, calm yourself. What's your name?
Unit, Sergeant Vane!
Unit 43, Union City.
Wait there! Brief pause. Footsteps. A gate opens. And a woman begins to approach. As you open up the hooded lantern again. A woman in similar armaments to Garrick. A woman. Grey at her temples. And a sergeant's bearing. Who looks at you the way that people look at things they stopped expecting. Surprise and shock. Sergeant Olatane stands before you. Garrick?
Sergeant Olatain. You're a sight for sore eyes.
I could say the same to you. How the hell did you find us?
Can we have this conversation inside?
Yes, by all means. Step quietly. She leads you into
I'll give you a sign to Barnaby to follow me.
Yeah.
She leads you into a camp now, built amongst a set of ruins, but now of this sustained military discipline under impossible conditions. It feels haunted, but as you look around you realise it's not haunted by ghosts, but by 38 people as you count, including the sergeant and the sentry. 38 people who have now been in this place for 3 weeks with nowhere to go and something in the dark that constantly tries to get at them. Ola turns to you as you all pass through the gate. Thank you. We wondered when someone would come. I told them somebody would. I didn't necessarily say I believed it, though.
We're, no pun intended, not out of the woods yet. You,
No, we're not.
Won't be surprised to hear. It was a bigger rescue party that came in that's found its way to you, I'm afraid.
Well, at least somebody did. Captain Dunn would be proud of the men.
I'm sure they're very grateful to have you leading them. And I'll grab her by the shoulders. You've done a great job. Now,
Yes.
how many of them are all in fit condition? Can they all get out?
Oh. I think so, yes. We've got... Well, she points to a young private who sits against a wall just drawing. Emis hasn't said a lot since Captain Dunn died, but I think they'll be able to leave. As you watch, Private Emis just tears off this piece of parchment from a pad of sorts that they've got, and then begins to scribble again, and then tears it off and scribbles again. Eventually, sort of, Sergeant Tane leads you round the rest of the group. There is an artificer that she approaches. Sort of, this is, the artificer's mate actually saw. Barnaby, this is probably where something rings a bell with you. You remember the name Saw, somebody who washed out of the Mage College. Practically useless in a fight, but their knowledge of logistics and theory was invaluable. They too seem to be obsessing over something in this moment. Sort of 6 carry the 4 and a power of 3, and we go at an angle of 45 degrees and
Hello,
maybe
Saw.
at the right time. Fuck. Who dragged you here?
You tell you should try harder at school, didn't I?
It's not working, Barnaby. I can't. The numbers don't work.
Numbers don't work.
No, you must have felt it. Magic is hard. Like,
Oh yes,
thought we'd
it's all
just be able
fucked.
to cast-
Took eight wizards and a shitload of mana crystals just to get us here. Well, me, him, and 6 others. But turns out we didn't need them.
Yeah. What, did you send them back?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, they died.
I really, for their sake, hope so.
Fuck.
But we're here for you lot.
there's quite a lot more of us than there are of you, so
Yes, but with all due respect, look, you're not a stupid man.
No.
You're a fucking useless wizard, but you're clever. And to be honest, the way things are going, clever people are going to be up on the up and up, because, I don't know, maybe it'll get better, but magic is fucked at the moment, really fucked.
Yes, it is. But the issue is not...
What?
It's not power. We have the power. It's almost like somebody's just moved the ceiling and nobody told the ceiling.
Are you saying you might be able to get us out if you're in a different position? Different place?
I think I can, but I'm going to need him. Points at Barnaby.
You are desperate.
We're going to need an anchor. Something from the outside to guide us back. Emis has been drawing these images of a door. I think that's the key.
I'll go back over to Emis and see if I can find any of these drawings.
What do you mean by an anchor? Sorry.
Something like I don't know. Just something that's gonna anchor the magic to home. As I say, the numbers don't make sense.
I'll have a look for the drawings of this door.
As you look around Emis, who says nothing, deathly silent, just continues to draw, you see the same picture, scribbled multiple times. Trees, a cobblestone path, strange sort of swamp-like area, and a door glowing at the end of this cobblestone path. It is at this moment the two of you notice that 6 soldiers stand and just look into the gloomwood, facing deeper inwards. They're not sleepwalking, they're not possessed, but they are listening. At this point, Sergeant Tane leans into you, Garrick. I have no idea why they keep doing this. Apparently something is listening at the same time they are. It's left things. There was a boot, a folded blank piece of paper that very much smelled like everybody's favourite place back home. And by that I mean the tavern. I'm not sure what they're going to do, whether they are going to come or whether they are going to stay.
These are soldiers inside looking out.
Yeah, they are looking further into the gloomwood from this camp.
I'll walk up to those 6 soldiers. Corporal. Whatever you see, don't pick it up. It's not here for you.
We don't see. We hear. Listen.
Tell me what you hear.
So many things. It's not a voice, it's like something where a voice should be. Do you know? You get? Understand the something. Something more than a voice. Not quite a voice. We hear it, and it hears us.
Soldiers, snap out of it. This place is not well. Ignore it. Remember what you're here for.
Yes, I suppose. Come. Let us return to our duties. And you can see all of them, even though they turn, there's a reluctance, and as their bodies turn their heads, their ears just stay positioned to the wood for just a moment more. And that, my friends, I think is where we're going to take a short break.
Oh boy. Alright. See you in a minute.
See you in a few.
Definitely thinking, based on this weather, I might not get cremated.
Oh, well, welcome to the raiders that joined us just before sort of the end of the first half there. I know I said thank you briefly, but yes, welcome to our terrifying domain of dread that we've returned to for this one shot. Yes, it's warm in the UK. You'll hear a lot of us moaning throughout this whole session, and probably on Malt Magic Unrolled as well, but we're going to deal with it. So we have left our two current heroes in the rudimentary makeshift camp of the Lost Company, who were lost in the Mournweald. You have met Sergeant Olatane, sort of the remainder of the leadership here, the de facto commander. You've been introduced to Private Emis, this individual who seems to almost, whether it's PTSD, whether it's trauma, whatever it is, all they do is draw. And it's now, sorry, Garrick, that you were sort of looking at the parchment. You also noticed that on every surface around Emis now, there's the same drawing. You were also introduced to the artificer's mate, Saw, who is trying to fathom out how to get out of here and thinks they've put something together, a ritual of sorts, but an anchor is required, and then they need to find the door. What do you want to do?
So I'd like to just kind of carry on questioning Saw a little bit. Make sure that I've kind of understood it properly.
What, Barnaby? You're looking at me funny again.
Well, I mean, that's just my face, but thanks. You were talking about the ceiling and it being moved, but nobody told it. Do you mean that it's not that we're doing, like, less magic, but it's that we need to be doing more magic to achieve the same results?
Yes, it's almost exactly that. We've been so used to a certain level of power that the requirements moved. It's like somebody's moved the goalpost.
It's weird. Because you'd have thought if you dealt with some big Dark Lord type bloke, it'd get easier.
I mean, what were the other after effects of that? We've not seen hide nor hair of any divinity, and despite all of us praying to the various gods.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much luck you'd have here, but it's not that different back home. You want something to cheer you up? Quite a few places are doing all right. Where are you from? Where's your family? Where'd you call home?
Well, I'm from Union. Well, I'm a little farm village just outside of Union City, but...
Well, then that's really good news. Because them folks around Union City fared best. That was probably the strongest last holdout. So you got any family or friends? Think of them and find a way out, because they're probably still all right.
What about...
The places didn't fare as well, but...
What about the other mages?
I
know
well,
out, but...
Crystalline Isle, I believe, would be best described as a bit of a hot fucking mess at the moment, partly because everybody's just found out that their job's not very much fun anymore. Magic's a lot more hard work, a lot of them had gone to Union City, so quite a few have survived, other than obviously those of us who came here. There was a bit of an attrition rate, I believe they call it in the military. Old Wass's chop stayed at the tower until the last. I'm not really sure what happened there. I'll be honest, I haven't been back. We got back, and I was in Gloomwood. Lovely to be back. But when we got back home, obviously there was stuff needed doing. And I know everybody thinks I'm an absolute dick, but I'm not. A little bit, abrasive sometimes. And I volunteered to go and help out. Spent some time over in Kedmere. It's a different kind of shambles over there. They had a rough ride, and then some fucking idiots killed most of the leadership, and there's been some, I don't know, they're thoroughly pissed off with everybody as far as I can tell, but we've been trying to help out. Don't know how much longer we can, but, a lot of people are rebuilding, is my point.
Something
and you've got a good chance of seeing your friends and your family if we can get out of this. So I need you to think, as I said, you're a shit wizard, but you're stupid. Loads of people who are clever but shit at wizardry. There's loads of people who are good at wizardry and about to be out of a job, so... I need something more than the ceilings moved, and we need something from home. There's a dark fucking summit somewhere in the woods. There's people here in bollocks. We found a nice shiny boot and everybody got murdered, so I need ideas.
Yeah, that tends to happen. I think Emis is onto something. I think that is our way home.
In the woods?
Yes. Now, we need this pool of magic. Sorry, did you want something? Looks over to Garrick, who's just sort of sidled their way into the conversation a little bit.
Barnaby pinches the bridge of his nose.
Has anyone tried to speak to Emis?
He won't say anything. This Ola comes in. Yes, we've tried, but ever since Captain Dunn, there's nothing, just straws. Same thing. Every surface, everywhere. And the door.
I'll stand up, take the map out, rudimentary map that we have of the area, and I'll go over to Emis. Hey, Emis. And you done? They were good, very good. I'm sorry for your loss. Leadership like that is hard to take. Look, I've got a map of this place, and you've got an amazing drawing. I suppose you know where it is. Where is this door? This way out. This way to home.
You offer Emis the map?
Yep.
They take it, look at it, turn it over and begin scribbling the door again. Tane, however, does lean in and... I think I have a more complete version of that. And holds out her own map where she has not been lazy these past 3 weeks. She's mapped every accessible part of the domain where she can. There's one location specifically that she is left unnamed with a question mark against it. But you recognise that specifically as the Dark Mere.
I'll say to Olatane, this blank spot in the map, any reason why you haven't been over
there? We went there.
Okay.
Something lives there.
Yes.
It left us alone. We left it alone, and I have no deep desire to go back there, but if what Saw keeps badgering on about is true...
Yeah?
I think that's where we need to head.
There aren't any woods over there, though, are there? Do I remember any woods?
There is a woodland at the edge.
Okay.
Sort of not as deep as the Gloomwood. The Gloomwood is like the big forest in the domain, but there are trees around the mere.
No. Sergeant, forgive me. There's a small woodland. Edge of Darkmere. These, which you have not written down. That could indeed narrow down our search. It would take us weeks, if not months, to look for where on earth it would be in this Gloomwood. However, a much straighter path to that woodland in Darkmere, I think I can get us there. Do you think you've got anything to lose?
No, apart from more soldiers, I guess.
Unfortunately, I can't disagree with you there.
Okay. I'll start gathering everybody up. Maybe we need to speak to this thing.
That monster in the lake, that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
You spoke to it?
No. Tried to speak to us, and we fucked off.
Okay. Well, considering the stuff that's spoken to us, if all it did was speak to you, I am mildly curious. Anyway.
Because everybody loves disembodied voices from the water, yes.
I'm so used to Barnaby speaking in my head now that I think I've gotten weirdly used to it.
Oh, God, that must be awful.
It's all day. You wouldn't believe it. Get everyone ready. Get a small amount of food and rations. I suppose anything precious. I doubt this place is going to stay a haven when we leave. And, forgive me, this would be irregular of me to say, but those soldiers over there, and he lowers his voice and he points to the 6 that he spoke to earlier.
Who've returned to listening.
I hope we get them out alive. But if they become a problem, I'm not risking the rest.
I think the bigger problem is going to be just whether they come in the first place. But I will send word.
Soldiers,
At this point,
archers,
she sort of...
swords, shields, whatever you've got, make sure someone's got something.
He holds up a hand and clicks twice, and a runner comes up. Yes, something! Have the men prepared, get them armed, have everything they wish to take with them. Anything that doesn't need to be taken can just be left here, but we're on the move. We're going to try and get home.
Have they got many torches? Have they got many torches around in here or not?
Torches can be made. They have a bonfire burning, so they can make torches.
Okay, so them creating a source of light has actually potentially kept them safe. Certainly hasn't harmed them.
Mm-hmm.
Garrick.
Sergeant.
Sorry, go on.
No, Barnaby, yeah, please, come on in.
No,
Conversation.
so what you were going to say is, you hear in your head,
Oi! Garrick! Over here! No, over here!
and you kind of look around, and I'm standing off in one corner.
Fucking sandwich break, now!
Sergeant,
Sergeant?
I'll be back in a minute. Come over. What do you want?
I'll hand you half a sandwich.
Oh,
Um,
goody.
Habanero
What's in the
prawns,
sandwich?
enjoy. Habanero prawns, family recipe. Really wakes you up.
Are they sandwiches for your size or my size?
There is absolutely no distinction whatsoever from Barnaby's perspective. He gives you this blank look of like, well, why would you ever make a smaller sandwich?
No, it's fine. It was just that, like, what size is it? Is it like a finger sandwich where he picks it up and just in one?
No, it's like a normal half.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
he does cut them in triangles. I don't know if that affects your feelings about them.
Fucking.
And the crust's still on.
Yeah, the crusts are still on, and the reason that he cuts them triangular is because they look bigger, even though it's the same amount of bread.
Yeah.
So
That's how it works.
yeah, because they've got hypotenuse on them, right? So it's got to be longer. So Steve logic for you, everyone.
Tangent.
So yeah, so it starts chewing on this. For the reference, like there's probably more habanero than prawn in this. He starts chewing on it.
Now we know how Barnaby flies.
Look, it's very easy to follow him. It's look, I've been thinking about them fucking blokes up on the palisades staring out into the woods.
Yeah.
That way's the mists, right? I've not seen them myself. No desire to see them myself. But from what I know, well, you know, we get taught about some of this shit back at school, but it's, don't really know what's in them. Kind of assumed people disappear, but nobody knows, and every now and again some fucker will turn up somewhere else and say they've wandered in. But what actually's in them, no idea. Right? But, and here's the thing, they're all thinking about listening to this thing as their most important goal in life. Right? And we want them to stop listening for long enough to get them away from here, yeah?
I am awfully excited for you to get to the point, Barnaby.
Yes, well, you could do with some enlightenment, so I can understand that. What I'm suggesting is if we give them something that maybe takes their minds off of it for a minute, and drag them away, they might break the trance. So if we go out there, I've got a little trick that can take their minds off of it, and when I do it, you fucking grab them and drag them away, start talking, occupy their attention, whatever it is, because if we can break their focus, get them away from it, keep them occupied, maybe we can get them to come with rather than lagging behind and slowing us down, because I'll be honest.
Fine. Tell you what.
It sounds harsh, right? But we've been here before. Rather get home with 30 of us or 20 of us alive and fucking mill about saving nobody.
I said the same to all the Tainers. We'll try and get these home. But if they hold us back, we're getting the rest out. Give me a couple of minutes. These guys seem to be quite interested in listening. I'm gonna see if I can tie them all together. And if I can do that, we can then drag them out of the way with your distraction. How about that?
Oh, it's more of a one-on-one type distraction.
Fine. Can you do it 6 times?
I could do it 1,000 times if you like.
Ooh, la-di-da. Fine. Okay, then how far do I need to get them away?
I don't know, down into the camp. Just keep them talking, keep them occupied. You know what it's like. If you're thinking about something, you're really focused on it, something takes your attention away, drag them away, get them focused on something else, pair them up. In fact, get some of the others and we'll pair them up. And the instructions everyone's got to keep talking to them. Talk to them about home, talk to them about how we're going to get out of here and how we've got a plan, and whatever it is that they really want, we can get them to.
Fine. Alright, let's give it a go. Okay. I'm going to go get a couple of the people who are seemingly normal and compass mentis. I'll get them all around. Right then, everyone. Just before you get all your final belongings,
Sergeant.
I need your help. You're going to come with me. Those 6 up there. We're going to talk to them. You're going to find anything that you want to talk to them about. What are they looking forward to get out, when they're getting home? What's their favourite pint? Have they got a missus? What are they going to do with their break and with their earnings? You're going to ask them just whatever you like, distract them, and you're going to then we're going to get them back down here, and we're going to get them so that they are distracted enough that we can get them back in the real world. These guys seem to be under the influence of something. So let's see what happens. And if it don't work, and you're in any danger whatsoever, you let them go, and you leg it. Got it?
Right, Sergeant.
Fine. Come on, follow me. We'll go up, and I'll start talking to. I'll walk past to the furthest one. All right, Corporal. How we doing? I tell you what. What are you interested in seeing when you get back? But you got a lovely lady and a lovely pint you're thinking of. Isn't that right? And I'm trying to stand in front of him so that he can't see into the woods.
As you stand in front of him, sort of, you actually realise, with the hood up, sort of, you now stand in front of a female tiefling individual who just sort of blinks her eyes. What? Oh, my girlfriend? What about her?
Back with us, are we?
Oh, mentioned Darla.
Do you know who my name is? I'm Sergeant Vane.
No, but you're a Sergeant Vane.
I don't necessarily want to risk it, but what were you just hearing?
Voice, but not quite a voice. Almost a voice. Something that should be a voice.
Fine. Look, stop thinking about it. Right. Who's your girlfriend? Is she...
Oh, Darla.
Alright, you're going to think of Darla. Now, go get your kit and get yourself sorted. Now. Go. Get down there now.
Am I seeing Darla? Oh, okay, yeah, Sergeant. Make me a persuasion check, please.
Persuasion is... Ooh! 8.
This tiefling individual sort of turns and stands and goes to pick up a pack, but then... And she and 2 others step onto the palisade, but then take a step off. It's calling. They all say in unison.
Can I grab them and I'm going to yank them back, and so they're hopefully then going to go the other way and land on the wall. Not on the wall, sorry. They're going to land on the floor at the back in the camp.
Contested athletics check then, please.
Athletics check. I have advantage on that, so that is a 21.
Don't think I'm going to beat that. I'm just going to double check. Do you know what? There's days where I just fucking hate D&D Beyond.
Usually the ones ending in Y, I find.
Sorry, I get an 18, so you manage to grab hold of this tiefling individual who then just says, "No! Let go! Get off! Leave me!"
I'm actually hoping that I can then, drag them and get them to fall off this palisade and hit the floor with enough damage to actually hurt them a little bit. 1 or 2 points.
Well,
Okay, so
as it happens, at the same time as you're doing that, Barnaby just arrives a little late to enact his plan. There's a slight variation due to gender sensitivities here. So a halfling comes hurtling along the palisade as you're pulling her back and absolutely fucking slams her in the ribs with the end of his staff.
Sorry, you must have tripped. Get down there quickly.
little fucker.
Yep.
You then see...
Are you still with us?
Yes. Yes. Oh no, the others. And you see 2 2 have now stepped off and are heading into the mists. The other 3 are sort of being held and cajoled by soldiers. Barnaby, at this point, you have a moment to deal with them, should you wish. They are held in the moment. The 2 that are walking towards the mists are...
They're gone.
Probably.
Garrick is just going to turn to the closest one and just lamp them. Just...
Yeah.
Gauntleted fist, just to try and...
Roll to hit, please.
While you're doing that, Barnaby is going to enact his original distraction plan on the other one, which is run up and uppercut him in the balls.
Another 21.
21 hits.
It's 4 points of bludgeoning damage as standard. I would say I could pull my punch enough for it to be half that.
You deal 4 damage. You just full on twat this soldier to try and break him out of it. The one that's just been kicked in the nuts just sort of folds back over the palisades. Oh, I'm never having kids. I'm never having kids.
Not if you don't fucking get out of here. And then
right in the tenders.
A agitated halfling, like, pulling at his fucking leg, trying to drag him back in towards the camp. Come with me, you dumb bastard!
Why is it always the little ones?
Is that all of them sorted apart from the 2 that walked off, or is there one more?
You manage to save for the 2 that then wander off. Suddenly, the mists just swarm around them.
Okay.
They are gone.
Alright. Get... all of you. Get your stuff. We are leaving. If it's not important, don't pick it up. Let's go. You have 2 minutes.
I'm going to go and find Saw.
You see Saw sort of collecting their things, and then they've got a book open. They've just written 1, 2, and 3. 1, an anchor. 2, a pool of concentrated will. And 3, someone to hold the door. The numbers almost add up. They almost add up.
Okay.
You've almost got it, Barnaby.
Can you do any magic at all?
Basic spells?
Can you help with the light situation?
Oh, that's a piece of piss.
Excellent.
2 light
Right, well,
cantrips.
there you go. Well, see, not so useless. Sometimes it's not about how good you are, it's about what you can do. And you're doing well. You've got 3 points here, right? We need focus. Fuck knows what that is, we'll figure it out. Second one was a pool of something, right? Yeah, sorry, I'm reading over your shoulder. But bring it down here.
Arcane power.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry.
Up on my tiptoes trying to look
Pulls
at
the book down.
Right. A pool of will. Oh, God for that. Misread that from down here. So, yeah, okay. Pool of will. Well, I mean, I'm guessing everybody here wants to go home, so that might help. And somebody to hold the door. And it stares off into the distance. Yeah, we'll come back to that one as well. But, good plan. It's very important, and I wouldn't usually say this because people generally get it, but you lot are all a little bit fucked in the head from being here for too long. It's very important you stay alive.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no heroics, because sometimes that's part of staying alive. But, like...
Not really my thing.
Yes, exactly. Know your limits.
Okay. So, don't try and rescue everybody is what you're trying to tell me.
Look, politely, I think if it's you rescuing everybody, we'd probably just give up on the whole gig. Just make sure that you're part of the group that's being rescued by someone a little more competent. It's a low bar, so you can't do good.
That, right?
Yeah, nobody does.
Right.
I've never got my head around
Did you
it
just
myself.
punch somebody in the nuts?
Yeah, do you want me to see it? We do it again?
No. Or at least not on me.
My office there. Look,
Sometimes you need to get somebody's attention. And as I said, look, think about it, right? Magic is not going to be as useful as it used to be. I've got to be good at something else, right? As it happens, I've got a fairly good follow-through at about pelvic height. So I can see a long, glorious future of me either in the arenas or bars of Union City.
Barnaby
the Nut Puncher.
Nut Puncher, yes, I suppose that has a better ring to it. Right, okay.
That's a good one.
What
Actually, I like the bell ringer. That's good.
The bell. Were you dropped on your head?
Well, I don't remember.
That's a fair point.
Barnaby, we're leaving. Come on, let's go.
I'm sorry, sir. I really feel like we're making some kind of bond and connection here, but we'll talk later.
Yeah, sure. Come on, Emmis. And Saw sort of lifts Emmis up, who continues to just scribble, doesn't look anywhere apart from the parchment, rips off another one, draws again. At this point, Ola Tane, the other sergeant, just sort of rubs her temples. I really didn't want to go back there. Well, we're going to have to, aren't we?
Have you got your best man? We're going to need him at the rear of this train. I'll be at the front. I need you next to me.
Oh, God.
Barnaby walks past that exchange, and as he overhears, okay, well, we didn't want to fucking come back here, but here we are, heading towards the gate.
God. A line of soldiers begin to head out as Garrick, you sort of head to the front, and Ola just salutes you. I'll make sure everybody gets out that needs to.
Let's go. I will get with my hooded lantern, get it out, and I'm following the stream back to the road. Then I will walk back the initial way in the direction we were travelling, because I believe that means that we will then be heading out of the woods and round towards the mere. That's my understanding.
I'll give you that. 36 soldiers, well, 38 including you two, exit this makeshift camp and head back into the Mournweald proper. Both of you make me a perception check, please.
Oh, what's it like having a... I mean, well, alright. I was going to say a perception of +3, considering I used to have duels, whatever stupid it was. However...
+15, yeah.
A natural 20 is happy days.
I think we just need to make it so that Dave is the king of perception. At
Love
all
it.
times, in all places.
Love it. Absolutely not playing that for my next character, guaranteed.
There's a moment
not
where
need
you
a
look
24?
back in... Oh, there you go.
Ah, skilled. I'm deeply in love with the skilled feat.
There we go. Both of you look into the tree line as you exit out onto the road, and you see a familiar face. Sergeant Mira. But shadow form just peeking out. Doesn't attack, she doesn't move, she doesn't approach. She just watches.
Do I get the sense that's because we have the torches out and the light?
No.
Okay. I do actually...
You can...
not sort of, I sort of bow my head and put my hand... is my salute to the fallen. With my hand across my chest.
You look back at the squad, and then when you both look back at the tree line, he's gone. You continue on this road now, and time seems to move, or at least the journey seems to go a lot quicker than your original journey to this point. The mere itself appears as a break in the tree line at the edge of the road ahead first. A stretch of water that is so still, it looks like the sky has literally fallen. There's no wind here. You don't suspect there's been any wind here for a long time. The water itself is dark enough that you kind of suspect it's bottomless. It's that level of dark. Sergeant Tane, as the squad approaches, sort of wanders up and steps and stops at the edge. It's not fear that's on her face, but someone who looks like they're about to reluctantly knock on a door they've knocked on before. She looks back at you, Garrick. Are we sure we want to do this?
Barnaby, if I start doing something untoward, do that nutcracker thing you do.
I think you wanted to call it the bell ringer, actually, but who the fuck am I to know?
It's a work in progress.
Just sort of stands there, scribbling.
Fine. Let's speak to this thing.
Tane kneels down at the edge of the water and just almost places her lips on the water, just a fraction away from it.
Unknowingly, I think Garrick kneels down and accidentally puts a hand in, like, the water partially, and maybe that's his connection.
As Sergeant Tane then just whispers, "We need you." There is silence. And then the water moves, not at the surface, but below it, a displacement of something very large, very old, coming slowly upward. Garrick, you've placed your hand in the water, and around your wrist you feel a tentacle of sorts wrap itself around your hand. It doesn't pull you in, but it holds you fast. And then a voice in everyone's mind. "You have returned, Sergeant. This time with more." I would like everybody to make him a nature check, please. Or a history check.
"14 on nature."
14 on nature?
Just got to feel that joy and then disappointment of anyone who's ever played a halfling before for the first time. Rolled a 1 and was like, oh, I can re-roll that. Then rolled a 4. But I'll do a history check. That's 12.
That's well. Neither of you have ever come across a creature like this before. However, Garrick, you remember the whispers of something lurking. You realise now that although you heard a voice, it's not a voice really, it's images and impressions, emotions in your head. I know what it is you seek.
Do you know where it is?
Which are you referring to? The door or the anchor?
Well, I mean the door, but I guess we need to know both.
You are all very interesting. What would you give me for the information you seek?
We have little in terms of trinkets with us.
I care nothing for treasures.
I'll turn to the other sergeant. What does he mean?
This is why we turned away before it asked too much. The thing it asks for is not a thing as such. It is something of yourself. A true memory. Apparently I'd already collected one during our skirmish.
So you need a memory? You need us to tell you a story?
Not just any memory. A true memory.
Can it be of anything?
If it is true, then yes.
Gary, what the fuck's going on?
I need to apparently give this creature a memory, a true one, whatever the fuck that means. Like I'd give him a daydream.
Well, you could give him your memory of being at school. Don't think you'll be any shorter for it.
You're funny. I was going to give him just breakfast. What's wrong with that?
You were going to give him your breakfast?
No, the memory of me having breakfast this morning. There's a memory in it. It was true enough.
Oh, what the fuck was wrong with my sandwich? Well,
I want to remember the fucking sandwich. You're welcome.
I tell you what, you will tomorrow.
Fuck's sake. I forgot it was your fucking habanero prawn. Jesus Christ. Right.
Well, hang on. Wait a minute.
Yes.
You were here before, right?
Yes.
Well, why don't you give him that fucking memory?
Then I won't fucking remember where we're going.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about giving him the memory of those that we just lost, but that seems unchivalrous. Fine. In his head, he then goes...
38 people who need to go home. I suggest you think carefully.
He doesn't really know why this then comes up, and he thinks he makes the connection, this rightly or wrongly, that this memory might need to be a whopper. So he suddenly thinks of the memory of standing in front of his superior as he is being he's being officially dishonorably discharged from his previous city role. So not before he came to Union City, and why he has he's standing in front of them getting this absolute tear down because he didn't do his duties properly. He's a failure to the city. They don't want anything to do with him anymore, and good luck trying to get work anywhere else other than a tavern keeper's busk boy. And so he's been sent away. What it truly was him covering for someone that he loved. But he's standing there feeling that the incredible wealth of emotions that is him taking one for the team as he's standing there.
That tentacle grips your wrist ever tighter. Not painful, just enough for you to feel the squeeze. Sacrifice and honor. Interesting. In your mind, Garrick, you get flashes of an oak door standing in the middle of a clearing, not far from the very mere you stand in, kind of, right now. And then other images and a voice. What you seek was held by one of your own. A shard of resonance. unknowingly carried by her. Something given to all the recovery teams. A piece of the ritual from the remembering. Pure. Fixed. From beyond this domain. A perfect anchor. It lies there still. Where she lies now.
I give my hand a querying tug as to whether I can take it out of the water. Thank you.
Are you wishing for any more information? Okay. As you give it that tug, then the tentacle releases. I will watch most curiously. With that, the shape recedes from below the water. You watch as Sergeant Tane just shakes her own head. I hate that thing.
Do I get the impression that the anchor we're looking for will be on the body of Sergeant Mira? Or am I...
Images in your head.
It's that, it's not the wraith that was watching us.
No, it is on the body.
Sergeant Olatane, Barnaby, I know where we need to go. I suggest... Well, I also know where the anchor is. Do you think it's wise you staying here or heading for the gate, for the door?
We can head for the gate if that's easier. Moving with such a large group across this domain is probably not wise.
Can I, with the map that Olatane has, give them an idea where they need to go? With the information that I have?
You can.
Either that, or do I need to go with them to find it, and then Barnaby and I, go off to go grab it?
You know enough now to give them the directions, and even Emis is now sort of staring into the distance the way you expect to go.
Fine. I'll show them on the map. I'll point it, the direction physically from here, and I'll go. We will see you there. We will go get the anchor.
Be safe.
You too. Keep those fires lit.
And this, she sort of grasps your arm and pulls you in, and there's a hug, but it's a soldier's hug. Keep your sword sharp.
And keep your shield up.
Sergeant Tane looks down at Barnaby. Go ring some bells, I guess?
He kind of squints at her for a moment, like, "Oh, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going off bell ringer, actually."
Look at how sharp as a knife you are. Come on, Barnaby, let's go.
Turns around and walks off. Come on, Garrick.
Okay. How
It's
are
alright,
the
we
two
can
of you
talk as we walk.
travelling? Fast, stealthy,
I think we've worked out that
openly, brazenly?
light isn't a particular issue. And from where we are, I suppose I'd need to figure out what's our, without going through the Gloomwood, what is the best travel to get to where we were before. As in roadway.
Okay. Make me a survival check.
So, not too bad. Survival 14.
14. You know the safe route, or safer route, is going to be the route that you have already taken to follow the road round. But you're also aware that from where you are right now, you could cut across towards the Eclipse Tower, and from there, as the crow flies, that would be the quickest direction, but it is also unknown terrain.
Right, Barnaby, are we walking? Are we running? Are we jogging? What are we doing?
Well, they do say more haste, less speed. But also more haste, less walking. So, I mean,
Do you want me to hop?
I don't know how they're going to last here. They haven't got the palisade.
I'm enjoying all of these sentences that don't make any sense.
It's like speaking to your GM.
Let me use very short words. Short route, quick, get home sooner.
Good. Fine. Let's go.
Not dead if take long.
I agree. Let's go. Well, fine. He goes off in a brisk walk.
Hang on a minute. Wait.
Oh, fucking now what?
I'm going to give you like a small, like a wooden capsule, like a little, literally like the medical capsules. One of those. Hands you that. And he goes,
If we get into trouble, just fucking stuff this in your gob and bite it.
What's it going to do?
Probably stop you from dying.
Fine.
It's not going to make you explode or turn you into a frog or anything like that. That'd be fucking hilarious. But now's not really the time for jokes.
Oh, as he turns around and starts walking off, he's like, so you can tell me what it fucking won't do, but it won't tell me what it will fucking do. Jesus Christ. Puts it in his pocket and starts walking off at a brisk pace. He will go more as the crow flies.
Very good. You head from the mere then and past at a distance the Shadow Court. You can see villagers, people just milling around, going from their day-to-day business. They carry these torches of muted light, and any conversation is just muttered and not really a lot of activity going on. It's literally like people are going through the motions. What hits you the most is the moment you walk past and get closest to the tower for the first time. It's now you fully appreciate the height. You see the rubble around the floor, these giant pieces of marble and granite that have embedded themselves into the floor around the tower where the explosion happened at the top. That transformation of the Shrouded Lord into Eierschlag, and then back. That final battle, the scars forever marring the domain around the Eclipse Tower and the Mournweald around. For whatever reason, despite you feeling like you're being watched and occasionally catching glimpses of your fallen squad mates, you manage to get back to the road unbothered. And now you see the Gloomwood ahead of you. This is where you first stepped out onto the road after your flight from the ambush site.
So, can we see where we got ambushed?
Not from here. You'll have to go further in.
Right, Barnaby. Stay close to me. And let's try and find this anchor.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mage Armor, which I probably should have done quite a long time ago.
What level
Right.
spell is that?
First.
Very good.
All right. We start walking towards the ambush site, looking for the body.
Maybe
We're
survival
here to do a
checks, please.
job. This is via message. We're here to do a job. We get the thing, get the fuck out. They're dead. They're not getting undead. Well, actually, more to the point, they might be getting undead, but they're not coming back to life. So we get in, we get it, and we get out.
16.
16 on survival. Somehow, Garrick, you just almost feel like you're retracing your steps. It's almost like the memories that were embedded, or those images that were embedded into your head from that creature in the deep, lead you to where you need to go, and then you see it now. It almost looks like a blast happened here. Bushes devoid of leaves, shrubs down to bare twigs and branches. The trees seem to almost lean over this small little clearing, and there at the heart you see the emaciated body of Sergeant Mira and your 5 other fallen comrades.
Barnaby, do you want to stay here? I say really quietly. Do you want to stay here? I'm gonna go out, grab what I need, come back.
Well, I mean, as a counter argument, I can fly. But I don't know how well this is going to work. I could also make you invisible.
Well, how about you make me invisible and I go down there?
Yeah, well, I suppose I can fly in and help you when you fuck it up. I would like to cast Greater Invisibility, which is 4th level.
Okay, make me an Arcana check then, please. Your DC is 14.
Oh, I mean, I actually can't fail that, but that was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, amazing. The spell fires, but with great strain. Barnaby, you suffer a level of exhaustion.
Oh, super. How the fuck are we keeping that?
Garrick, you just feel this tingle on you as suddenly you look your hand and it's no longer there. You feel your body, you no longer see it.
I guess I need to make a stealth check then to make my way down there.
At advantage, yeah. It's greater invisibility, so yeah.
I have disadvantage, so that'll be a straight roll.
Okay, that'll be a straight roll then.
14.
14. You make your way down to the body of Sergeant Mira then.
Do I see what I'm looking for?
Make me an investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Her body has been bent and broken in ways that are almost too horrific to look at, and where she is being thrown to the floor, her satchel lies partially open, and you see this small golden crystal fragment, I say golden amber lights just sort of pulsing from underneath the flap. Get the impression this is what you're looking for.
Gently move that back, grab hold of that, put it in my pocket where it goes invisible. Are there any identifying tags on Sergeant Mira?
You would know that every soldier of the Union City Militia, at least, underneath their left pauldron, carries a silver disc with sort of rank, name, and unit.
I will go around and grab each one.
But just for reference, before whatever the fuck happens now, Barnaby's completely ignored the agreement. He's used another charge on his winged boots and has quietly flown, so he's probably about 30-ish foot above Garrick. He's not said anything, but he's staying
maybe
close
a perception check.
Me?
Yes.
15.
15. The minute the crystal is picked up, and as Garrick then sort of, you see the crystal disappear for a moment, but then you can see sort of bushes being moved. You get the impression Garrick is moving around somewhere. You then see this pale, pallid, greenish light begin to move from further in the gloomwood towards where Garrick is. This light begins to take shape, not the wraiths that you'd seen before, not the soldiers, but something much more powerful.
I would like to use message.
Said no sentimentality, we need to get the fuck out of here.
How many have I got? Or have I not got any yet?
Roll me d6, please.
3.
You managed to get 3 tags.
Trusting in the fact that when your spotter says you need to go, he will then, with those 3, knowing that he's only got half of them, will then fall back to the place where they separated before. That would be their sort of their rendezvous
point.
Yeah.
Your previous stealth check was a 14, yes?
Yes.
You reach the ERV, as I'm going to call it, that emergency rendezvous point, as Barnaby then sort of slowly flutters down towards you, and at that moment you hunker down and this huge lady wrapped in this white dress glowing with green light just looks around the clearing and screams that is not a wraith but a banshee. And as she screams, I would like you both to make me wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, that can go only wrong.
In any way avoid a frightened condition with a banshee?
Say again?
Is this to avoid a frightened condition with a banshee?
There may be a little bit of that attached.
Cool, I have advantage. Oh, nat 20.
In fact, it's a constitution saving throw, not a wisdom saving throw.
Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
In nat 20?
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
For plus 2 for 22.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
As this
21.
As this scream wails out then, this is no mere standard banshee, this is the Banshee of the Gloomwood. You are both going to take... You've both saved. 5, 10, 14. You're both going to take 7 points of psychic damage, but neither of you are frightened. And you now have the opportunity to fight or run.
Oh, run. 100%.
Okay.
I just grab hold of Barnaby, who is still flying, and we'll just leg it in the opposite direction the way we came.
Brilliant. I don't think that breaks greater invisibility, but we'll say, you just...
Greater invisibility, I can do spells and fight and everything.
Yeah. It only lasts for a minute.
Okay, so you break out the clearing and suddenly Garrick is there again. Go on, Barnaby.
I was going to say, I'm trying to find out what my carrying capacity is.
That is also a concentration spell, so...
Sorry, what is?
Taking damage, you might need to... greater invisibility is a concentration spell.
You are correct. That's an 11 plus something, so I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. So as you get back to the road, Garrick is there.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay.
I think the military term's fucking bean it.
Yeah, I think we probably do get into a light jog that could be sustained. It's not that much faster than your fast walk, but it is just enough to make it worthwhile.
As you're doing that, Barnaby's going to grab you probably by the ear because he's flying at about head height at this point. And I'm going to try and cast Dimension Door.
Nice.
Level?
Fourth level, so I'm assuming that was...
Arcana check of DC 14, please.
25.
25, amazingly.
500 feet in the direction that we are heading.
Yeah, so you suddenly, both of you just, even though you can almost hear Barnaby just going... Bamp, 500 feet ahead, suddenly. You watch as shadows begin to swarm around the Gloomwood. Wraiths now shooting around as you look back from where you stand, probably at the base of the Eclipse Codex now as well, as you just look back.
By the fucking ears! Jesus Christ! Oh!
Shut up and run!
There you are. And we'll just carry on running.
You do, both of you continue to run and sort of fly. You get back to the Dark Mere eventually and then find your way and begin to weave your way through the small wood around the edge. You pass a small ruined fishing hut with a skeleton leaned against the side, a blade embedded through their chest. But it looks like they are leant over it, or at least they have delivered this blow themselves. You continue on through. Eventually, the glow is the first thing you see. And then the pathway. And then 36 soldiers just stood staring as Emmis stands there with his drawings held up. As you approach, they just turn and look back at you.
Fucking got it. What was the name of the saw?
Sergeant.
No, the saw.
Saw. Yep.
Saw. That's what you need. We'll bring out the anchor. You better fucking hope you know what to do with this thing.
Yeah. Barnaby? And hands the resonance shard to Barnaby.
Right. Final thing, because I overheard you. You said someone's got to hold this door open. Are we talking literal hold it open? Are we talking you doing some arcane shit? And for the love of God, they better not be staying here.
I don't know.
I've got something that might be able to help.
Fine.
But we get this door open. And I know a little trick. Again, don't know how well this is going to work here. Called Circle of Power. Right, gives us a little bit of a... It's not safe, but it's safer. So if we can all crowd around, everybody prepare for whatever bollocks is about to fly, because I have a horrible feeling the big green lady's got a bit of an issue with us now. Looks around, does kind of like, don't ask. But
don't tell.
If we've got a defensive perimeter, everybody face around, right? Get in a circle as close as you can. And as soon as the door's open, just fucking pile through it. Doesn't matter. You don't need to look. If you fall over on your ass on the other side, doesn't matter. You're on the other side. But you stay inside the circle. As long as the circle's here, we're all right. Garrick?
Sergeant
I trust
Tane sort of
you're
chimes
willing
up.
to hold with me to see him through, since that was our job.
I am. I will center myself, everyone around me. I'll be in the middle of the circle, and I will guide everyone through, and I'll be the last one through. Okay?
Well, you heard the sergeant. Make fast. Sergeant Olatane sort of kicks her soldiers into gear.
Gruff grabs his longsword, slams it in the ground. This is your centre circle. Let's go.
In your head, you hear, Garrick, don't think I didn't notice that.
Notice what?
You're a very brave man.
And why would you think I'm not?
Don't hurt to hear, though, does it?
Do you know what? No, it doesn't. Thank you, Barnaby.
All right, everybody gets one.
As you approach this door, then, as I said, it stands at the centre of this clearing. It looks as if it's always been here. It is oak, dark with age, fitted to a frame that goes nowhere. There's no walls, no structure. It is just a door in the open air. This is like Monsters Inc. right now. The markings across its surface are very old. Older than this domain, almost. Older than what's claimed it for certain. Emis walks past you both without speaking and puts both their hands flat against the wood, and they stand like that, and for the first time in weeks they begin to cry. After a moment they turn around, and that pallid nature, the 1,000-yard stare, is gone. Whatever they were holding on to has now been taken, is held somewhere else now. They look at you and say clearly, "They wait for someone to ask." Now is the time for the shard.
Rightio. I'm up. Big man. Get in front of the door. Give people space to get behind, but you defend them, right?
And I'm going to walk off to the side of the door, clasp one hand to its frame, and hold the shard in the other hand.
So did Barnaby want Garrick to come up with?
No, when you basically stand sort of like you're 5 foot in front of the door, in a like people can pile in behind you, but you are right in front of it to
Cool.
hold anything that tries to follow through.
Then that's exactly what I do.
Very good. What are you doing with said shard then, Barnaby?
So
So he goes, oh. I suppose under the circumstances,
he takes the hands off of the frame, he pulls out another sandwich and starts to chew it, and just examines the shard for a minute, like Arcana check, whatever it is, so I can get a little bit of a feel for how this
Maybe
thing
an
works.
Arcana check, yeah.
19.
You've read a lot about teleportation magic. Indeed, you just cast a teleportation magic spell. You know when you have to shift between planes, there is something that must be used as a key to a lock, for example. But whatever that is always consumed in the moment. So this shard is not leaving the Mournweald, but it does need to be placed against the portal you are trying to create.
I finish my sandwich. I wipe the crumbs on my robe, and then take the shard into that hand and place it against the door frame. And on the basis, magic's not working the way that it should. And this is certainly not like a by-the-book teleportation spell. I kind of like squint at the ground for a minute. And, I suppose no one will know. And I just mutter a load of mumbo-jumbo.
Fantastic. Saw stands there in awe. You knew a spell. And then just before you take that final bite, the sandwich nicks it. Oh, fuck, I needed that. Right, everybody, gather. While Barnaby here continues the spell somehow, he knew. We need to remember now, Garrick, Gruff, Sergeant Vane had it correct. We have to remember something important, something that draws us home. I go to my workbench, my only source of peace. Each and individual soldier then sort of mentions something, their mother's face, the sound of their children's laugh, their garden, a nice cold pint of ale. Eventually, Garrick, it comes to you to name what is going to take you home.
Glamira. For me to set my eyes on her again.
Ola Tane steps forward and places a hand on your shoulder. Didn't know you'd gone after the tavern owner.
Might be the way that she pours her pints, you know.
She has got a nice wiggle. I just want to see the sun again. Barnaby, you too need to name something that is going to pull you home.
And I looks at the other two as they're exchanging ideas and goes, "Oh, shit. I would quite like to see the look on the Archmage's faces when I come back from this alive."
With that and the concentrated pool of will, Barnaby, make me an Arcana check, please. Or a spellcasting ability check, since you have sort of started speaking words that you don't necessarily understand. Go on, Garrick.
Are we able to lend assistance and give him the help action with this?
What? Hang on, sorry.
Because you've got the concentrated pool of will, it's at advantage.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, was that Arcana or is that a spellcasting ability check? 'Cause I'm talking bollocks.
Dealer's choice.
Okay, well, we'll go with Arcana. For 29.
29. All of you watch as suddenly this resonant shard, this piece of the remembering brought back, is consumed and the door begins to glow. All of you then feel as the mists and the darkness seem to crowd around you all. The dark powers resist this spell, but the spell completes. Barnaby, you pull the door open, and beyond you, you see a golden glow.
Right, chop chop, everybody.
Double time. Go.
Now, who was holding the door?
I currently am. As Garrick is stood in front of it to defend against anything coming in. Unless he's got arms in his back, it would have to be me.
Okay. People and soldiers begin to flow through. It's at this moment, Barnaby, that you feel a surge of dark energy fighting against your magic. I would like you to make me an Arcana check or a Strength check. The DCs for which are very, very different.
Ooh, what a choice. 12's bigger than 4, isn't it?
A little bit.
That's much more marginal than I'd like it to be, but it's a 17.
17 Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
The door slowly begins to close as you fight and lose this battle against the dark powers, as 6 of the 36 managed to get through and you sort of pushed back slightly.
Can I wedge my table leg / staff between the door and the door frame?
Absolutely. Do you know what? Make me a straight intelligence check for that one to get the angle right.
Barnaby's running on fumes. That's an 8.
Oh,
And you go to place the table leg up, and then that power, your table leg flies into the portal, and you are now left without your staff.
Well, at least that's safe, I suppose.
2 more soldiers surge through.
Garrick, fucking grab this!
I was going to say, Garrick, looking the other way, suddenly, turns around, grabs his sword, sheathes it, and then goes to help try and hold the door open.
Amazing stuff. Make me a strength check at advantage, please.
Not the right noise, Dave.
It really isn't. It really,
No.
really isn't. 9 plus 3, 12. Absolute dog shit.
12.
If it was this athletics or a saving throw, it would have been a lot better.
I'll allow athletics.
Oh, athletics. So 16.
It's a strength check, isn't it? So 16. You grab hold of the door from the other side and you just sort of hold it and then manage to wedge it open as Sergeant Tane then is just like, go, 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 and starts rushing people through. Emis literally trips at the doorway, but as they trip, their index finger sort of lands on the threshold of the door. They are gone. Takes a look to the 2 of you, the 3 of you, see on the other side, and disappears through, and slowly but surely, your party, the Lost Company, makes it through until it is just the 3 of you now. Ola
Am I
turns.
concentrating?
It's a ritual, so no.
While this is happening, and seeing the last few people trying to squeeze through, I'm going to try and cast Bigby's hand.
Nice. Level?
5.
Level 5.
Yeah.
Arcana check, please.
18.
18 is enough.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. So the hand is going to literally, I can grab the top of the door frame. No, not the door frame, the actual door itself. Like, pull it.
Yeah, it just holds there for a moment. As Ola then turns, withdraws her sword. Someone has to know their names. Someone has to stay to know them. Mists
Agreed.
begin to move at the edge of the clearing.
I'm going to grab hold of her and I'm going to fall back in to the portal holding her.
Oh, make me a strength. Contested strength check. I'll allow athletics for this one.
17.
Natural 20.
Fuck.
Can I help him?
You can, but it's a natty 20.
Yeah. Well, I've got to get a natty 20 on
So
it.
you can give him.
I didn't
you
get
can
a
give
natty
him
20 on it.
advantage. I was going to say that's a 24 for her. So unless you got any higher than that, which I don't think you did.
Nope.
No. So she just sort of, as you go to grab her, she actually takes the sword and smacks the pommel against your fist. Go. Something has to remember here. Something must change this place. It showed me. Go.
Garrick, go! They said you're a brave man, the world needs you, go!
He starts to say something but doesn't realise that what he's done is put his heel right next to that thing, so he goes, oh, just disappears.
I'd like
Go on,
to
Barnaby.
look up at Ola.
Madam, you're a very brave lady. And you've done these men proud. I was in the woods. Not a nice place.
No.
Is she standing in the doorway?
She's standing just towards the edge of the door, if you like.
Okay.
Where you're in the doorway because you were pushing the door open. Your spell sort of still holding it open at this point.
And I'm currently keeping this open.
Then stop.
I'd love to, but I'm currently on the wrong side of it. Can you grab my... Oh, fuck, it's gone. Right. 1 minute. And he kind of like looks around his pockets, and then he is going to literally launch round with like a jumping right hook into her like chest to try and punch her into the door. I do have an ability that supports this.
Okay, is this your Tavern Brawler feat?
Yeah, so it has push. You hit a creature with an unarmed strike, you can deal damage to the target and also push it 5 feet away from you. So I'm trying to swing it so I can slam her backwards into the door.
Roll to hit, please.
No idea. What's my... This could be good, this could be bad. What's my... unarmed strike? So that's a 21? That's nice.
21. You hit, and you do push her. Roll me a D100, please.
D100. Hang on. Slow things down by asking me for different dice. 82.
82. You swing and hit her and push her, and there's a moment where she slides towards the door. And goes through the portal. The last thing you hear is a no! As your swing continues you round and the door shuts. You all find yourselves back in Union City, in the parade square, outside the main barracks of the Union City militia, not even near the Bastion right now, down on the lower tier. Distraught Oliver. Go on.
As I appear, I go, remember you. Fuck. And then she appears.
No! And just sort of lays on her back, sort of there.
What?
And then Barnaby comes cascading through and catches one of the other soldiers with a perfect headbutt to the nads.
Oh, right. What the fuck were you trying to do, Sarge?
Someone was meant to remember. Someone could have changed it.
Can't do that if you're dead.
Yeah, sorry. Don't think that you were going to save it.
You don't understand. I could have given that place a conscience. And now it won't have one.
I'll pick Olatane up off the floor. Listen, that place is crazy. You're out. You're safe. This was the right call. And that place is gone to us. Thank the gods for that.
Fuck the gods.
Quite right.
Barnaby stands up and just sort of pats the guy he's like missile head-butted in the groin on the side. Sorry about that.
God, that was
Turns
twice in one day.
Oh, shit again. Yeah. I'll buy you a drink later. Cab Sergeant Tane. I'm not very good with ranks. Very honourable idea, but have you considered the fact that nobody else who went in there died thinking, well, this is fucking brilliant and enjoying themselves? You adding your name to that list is not going to give it a conscience. Just going to give it a body count.
I wasn't going to die. It showed me I wasn't going to die.
Tricks.
Which right.
All of
Here
it.
you are.
I bet it even told those other people that they weren't going to die. You know, the ones that wants to walk into the
powers. That's not what it showed me. I gave something for that. At that point, she takes off the cloak and drops it to the floor, rips off the pauldron and chucks it to the floor. I am done. I am done. Turns on a heel and marches.
After everything she's been through, she deserves to retry from it all.
Let her go. Emis now sort of stands there.
Emis, good to have you back.
Looks at the parchment and just scrunches it up and chucks it. Throws a quill as far as he physically can. I never want to see a quill another day in my life.
Do you know what place doesn't have quills? The tavern. Fucking brilliant idea.
Fucking heard that. It's on you.
Whoa, steady on. Not me the fucking money.
Well, I'd heard there's a bit of a veterans fund up at the bar by the fucking people's detention anomalies or whatever they're called.
The soldiers all begin to trickle away either towards the tavern or their families. Saw looks at you, Barnaby. I have to write all this down. Someone needs to document how hard that was. Someone needs to document how the movement of the ceiling and the goalposts and all this nonsense. Somebody has to make a point of it.
You do that. Just slapping him on the shoulder. You do that.
Yeah, maybe from home.
Yeah.
With your family.
I'm heading there right now, and just begins to sprint out of sort of the lower gate. I'm going home!
I, on the other hand, are getting a pint from Glimhorror. Let's go.
Yep. That sounds good to me. By the way, Garrick.
Yeah, Barnaby.
I know you was going to stay.
Yeah.
That was brave.
Yeah, I was.
I'm glad you didn't try it.
Didn't seem the right moment. And I didn't say before, thank you for giving me that heads up. I definitely would have made it away.
No. But I punched Ola in the chest because she's a lady. I'd have got you in the bollocks.
I'm glad it worked out that way. You know, turns out you're not so much of a cunt as after all.
Oh, give me a few pints.
Our heroes of the day wander off to the tavern on the middle tier of Union City. A victory today. The Mournweald itself is still there. The mists themselves didn't part when you left. That oak door still stands in the clearing. Somewhere inside there is now an emptiness where an offering was almost given. A conscience that was almost available to a domain without a Dark Lord. And now, approaching the tower, a lady in white steps forward to claim something that she never originally desired. And the Mournweald will begin to reshape. In the days that follow, Barnaby will occasionally get the sense of being observed. Like a pressure after a bruise. Gone within a month. Probably. Garrick, you carry those tags with you wherever you go. A reminder of what a lack of preparation from leaders can lead a squad into. As a man who has been dressed down by officers before, you take a step forward now, I imagine. To never commit the same mistakes that they did.
Yeah, probably considering his age, he probably also does want to move more into that administrative and planning role. So.
And the world of Ardalia continues to turn on its axis. But for now, we leave Enoeth, we leave the Mournweald, we leave Union City, and we move to a new world. And so that ends our special little one-shot in the interim between C2 and C3. So Dave, Steve, thank you very much for joining me on this little jaunt back into our favourite domain of dread.
Thank you, Matt. That was good fun. I enjoyed that.
Been a pleasure.
Good stuff. We are going to roll into a very quick episode of Malt Magic Unrolled because I realised the time, and that went on slightly longer than planned, but needed. And yes, we will see you all, not next week, we're going to take a week off, but the week after, I will not be in the Keeper's chair. That honour falls to our very own Steve to bring us a new bit of spooky horror, so look forward to that. And yes, more details to come. But until such time, my friends, thank you for the raid. Thank you for all the support, as always. We love you all. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.